Ladies and gentlemen, oh, you are in your basic little sumo situation today? Yes, sir, I am. All right, here's what I want to talk about today. Well, I haven't weighed myself today. Yesterday, I was 237 pounds. 10 days before that, I was 245. That's 8 pounds in 10 days. How in the heck did you lose so much weight? Well, let's be clear. I wasn't just fat. My normal fat weight is 235, so I'm still 2 pounds over 235. I was fat beyond fat. I was 245 on December 18th when I talked to Ted, my neighbor and friend, who lost about 50 pounds 5 years ago. He's kept it off, or he actually lost it 7 years ago. He's kept it off, pretty much eating a low-carb diet. It's called a ketogenic diet. It's called going keto. And so he influenced me. The second thing that influenced me is I read a book by Dr. Jason Fung called The Obesity Code. He really sold a lower carb diet on me. He also warns about insulin and having elevated insulin. And he also warns about snacks. And so be very careful about snacking. He actually encourages, I'm not going to fast, but he does encourage that. He also encourages longer intervals between meals to get your insulin down. So I guess I got my insulin down. I've been eating about 80 carbs a day. And my third influence is my buddy Deep. Deep has been a friend of mine for 30 years. He lives in Laguna Hills. He lost 40 pounds 4 years ago. He's kept it off ever since. And yes, he does low carb also. Now, to humor Deep, I also took his advice. I bought some turmeric capsules. I bought something called, what is this, PGX. It's like a mulberry capsule. And I bought apple cider vinegar. And I'm mixing all that with water before meals. I guess it's helping. I mean, I don't know. I don't know if I'll continue buying the PGX, the mulberry. I think I will stay with the turmeric. My research on that shows that it's good for you. And so I really learned about carbohydrates and insulin. Essentially, elevated insulin equals fat storage, and it equals increased appetite. And I mean, the proof is in the pudding, so to speak. I mean, I lost 8 pounds in 10 days. But remember, I was fat beyond my normal fat weight. I was starting at a very unusually high 245. Usually I'm just fat at 235. And so I'm going to continue going down this road. You know, I can imagine when I get down to about 200, that's pretty much my long-term goal. That'd probably take me 4 or 6 months. You know, people are going to come up to me and they're going to go, "How'd you do it, man? How'd you get down to 200? You look amazing." And I'm going to tell them, I'm not going to lie to you, man. I'm miserable. I'm not eating sugar. I'm not eating flour. I'm not eating gluten. And I'm not even gluten insensitive. I'm just not eating it because it's a carb source I don't need. I'm eating about 80 carbs a day. And I'm miserable. But here's the thing. Here's the thing. And I was almost going to change the title of this video to choosing to be skinny miserable over fat miserable, but instead I decided to call it 10 reasons I prefer eating a moderate carb diet to an eat everything diet. But you can call this video whatever you want. But in life sometimes you have to make a decision. Am I going to be miserable in one type of way, or am I going to be miserable another type of way? And there is a sort of misery in always being hungry, always thinking about your weight, always weighing yourself, having anxieties about traveling, taking vacations, going to parties, going to family events. There's always going to be a food temptation situation. And people are going to ostracize you. They're going to condemn you. Hopefully some people will be supportive of your weight loss techniques. But you know what? I would rather be that miserable skinny guy, I've decided, than the miserable fat guy. Because one thing I can tell you about weighing 245, it's not just a physical space you're in, it's a mental space you're in, and I don't like it. I don't like the shame. I don't like the feeling of loss of control. I don't like the feeling of learned helplessness. I don't like, I don't know if I told you this, I had a burning in my left foot at 245 when I was driving and walking around. I don't know if it was neuropathy. I don't know what it was, but you know, 10 days later, you know, I haven't weighed myself today, so this is 11 days later, but 10 days later, I mean, the pain is like 80% gone. I'm thinking when I get down to about 220, it's going to be gone completely, and I'm going to keep going on this ride, man. I'm going to go down to 2, and I promise you, I'm not going to talk about my weight loss journey. I'm not going to proselytize you guys every day about this situation, but my body needs to be on this, and I want to explain the 10 reasons why I prefer to be the miserable skinny guy to the miserable fat guy. I mean, you're going to be miserable no matter what you do, but here it is. Number 1. Since starting this program of eating about 80 carbs a day, I'm always hungry. But you know what? I kind of like feeling skinny in the gut all the time. I like that sensation. Number 2, overall, my stomach just feels better. Number 3, digestion is actually pleasurable. I actually can feel digestion. Food, number 4, food tastes better because I'm not just indiscriminately eating all the time like a slob. I'm actually, enjoying the walnuts on my salad. I'm enjoying the arugula and the avocado on my salad. I'm enjoying some of that plain Greek yogurt with some of the vanilla non-sugar protein powder mixed in it. Number 5, there's something at stake by being on a program and losing weight for myself, for my family, for my children. I have 7-year-old twin daughters. Something's at stake. If I were to give up on this program, I want to tell you something. I would go into a deep depression. It would be like admitting failure. It would be like surrendering to nihilism, throwing reckless disregard out there, throwing care to the wind, submitting to reckless disregard. I like the responsibility. I like that I'm admitting that there's something at stake, that there are health issues here, and that would be number 5. Number 6, speaking of health issues, I'm confident I'm not going to get diabetes 2. And just to make sure, once I get down to my target weight of about 200 around June, I'm going to get my blood work looked at, and but I'm pretty confident I'm going to stay away from diabetes 2. Number 7. I think this will improve my sleep apnea. If you lose 10-20% of your body weight, your sleep apnea does improve. Number 8. I don't know if I told you this, but it hurts for me I'm not allowed to sleep on my back because of sleep apnea, but sleeping on my side hurts because I have bursitis in my hips. And so I'm thinking at a lighter weight, the hip pain is going to go down. That's another reason why I got to be skinny, miserable guy, not miserable fat guy. Number 9, I want to be the guy who enjoys the pleasures of being lean and disciplined as opposed to the guy who just enjoys the pleasures of pigging out all the time. I'd rather be the first guy, not the second guy. I think that's a better example for my daughters. Number 10, as I said earlier, I want to see the fruits of my efforts here to lead me to be more disciplined, not just in this area of my life, but I want to apply this discipline to other areas of my life. I think there's something about being a man, about being mature and being responsible and being focused, and I can take this in the area of weight loss and I can apply it to other parts of my life. And honestly, I'm not going to lie to you. I'm a little ashamed to be telling you this at 56. Should have known this at 26. Honestly, I mean, I'm a slow learner, ladies and gentlemen. I'm not going to lie to you. You guys are too smart for me to be lying to you. I'm just going to tell you the truth. That's how I see it. And so for those 10 reasons, I'm choosing to be the skinny, miserable guy. 237 yesterday, probably similar today. I didn't weigh myself today. I only weigh myself after my kettlebell workouts. And I promise you, I won't be those annoying people who lose weight and who start proselytizing their weight loss program, acting like they have the wonders of the world. They've discovered the mystery of happiness. I'm not going to be that dude. I'm just going to be honest with you. I decided to be miserable skinny guy over miserable fat guy. And that was it, man. So that's all I have to say today. I got to work on this. I got no new watches in the pipeline right now. We're in the sumo today. Guess I'll be going to do some bracelet adjustments after I get down to about 200. Until next time, I am out.